Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of AUMcuisine, authentic, universal, meditative. I'm going to be making for you a carrot fettuccine, one of my most easy dishes that anybody could put together. We start with a really hot wok and I'm going to be putting in some toasted sesame seed oil. Remember, for this dish you really want to have flavor all the way from the oil, and the order, as I mentioned always, is really important. So we're going to be putting in the red onions first. You want to always remember that the best nutritional values from onions are definitely the raw red onions, okay? But not all of us can have raw red onions all the time because of its pungent nature. And it's also because we really can't have bad mouth odor coming out of us while we go about our day. So you can put in the red onions in, but don't make it get completely caramelized. You will not compromise on the flavor at all for this dish. So while that has softened just a wee bit, we're going to be putting in some minced ginger. I'm really generous with the amount of ginger I put into this dish, because I really want the anti-inflammatory properties of the ginger to intermingle seamlessly with the red onion. And then I'm going to be putting in some garlic. Garlic has tremendous antibacterial properties. Some people are not quite fond of garlic, the taste of it, but you know what? It's a really good taste to get used to, because the gamut of properties that garlic really provides you ranges from cancer protection as well as cardiovascular protection. So once all of that has gotten together, we are going to be putting in some carrots. Now these carrots have just been made into a fettuccine type of consistency. It's very easy to peel it that way because you just use a vegetable peeler and take care of it. Now, you always want to have a little bit of fat every time you cook carrots, because the carrots have something called beta-carotene, and that's pretty much vitamin A. And when it goes into your body, it needs good fats to absorb it. So in this case, you have a little bit of the sesame seed oil, and that's more than sufficient. So we put that right there. And it's almost done. So what we're going to do at this point is to add some chicken salt. This is made by a company called Jada Spices, and I really love it. It's meant for people who are used to the flavor of chicken. I'm not, but I can only imagine it gives you a very familiar taste and flavor. And they put really good stuff in it, and it's a fabulous brand. So we're going to do that, and this is done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer these carrots onto a little bowl, and then we'll get started on our Crimini mushrooms. Okay, so on to the next part of making this dish. Don't bother cleaning out the pan and doing anything to it. It's completely okay with all of those flavors that is in the pan. So I'm going to be putting in some Crimini mushrooms at this point. Remember that mushrooms are really good to protect your body from cancer. Now the Crimini mushrooms have a lot of flavor by itself, and it's really nice to use as a highlight for this particular dish. Remember that mushrooms also have plenty of water. So you want to make sure that all of this water, which is in these mushrooms, are particularly used along with the right flavor profile. So right now, if you've noticed, I have not put in anything there in terms of oil. I'm just allowing the mushrooms to sweat a little. Now, when you do that, you're going to get all of your flavors of the mushrooms in. And I'm going to be putting in some tamari sauce. Now, tamari sauce is available from this brand called Sanjay, and it's a gluten-free soy sauce. and really beautiful. And it has a really beautiful, delicate flavor which makes the mushrooms shine and come alive. To this, I'm going to be adding in some cilantro. I'll be right back and we'll plate up. So we have the Crimini mushrooms all done here, and I'm going to add the previously made fettuccine with the ginger, garlic, and onion, and your chicken salt right there. So take a pair of tongs and just toss it really well. Remember the flavor profile of the sweetness of the carrot alongside the tamari and the Crimini mushrooms makes for a perfect treat. It's the perfect type of flavor profile that makes you feel complete in every bite. So right there, it's done. So we're going to put that directly in the center. Perfect. And to that, I'm going to be adding in some sesame seeds. I don't add way too much sesame seeds in the summer months because of too much heat, but I've put in just a little bit. And for some fresh color, some cilantro. And I truly believe that it's a good idea to allow the cilantro to spill over a little bit on the white side, and it creates beautiful plating technique without having any on this particular side. So it's just perfect. So I'm going to do a taste test. I'm just going to do some right off here. Okay, so let's see. To me, it's like a taste of the Far East with the delicate sweetness of carrots coming alive. It's a perfect side, or it definitely can be served as an appetizer to beautiful spring and summer celebrations. Until we meet again in another episode of AUMcuisine, this is Priyanka.